Hello and welcome to Fantha Tracks TV. First of all, thanks for watching the video, and if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to do so with the button that's either there or there. If you have subscribed already, thank you very much, it makes a real difference, thank you. Don't forget, there's new videos posted every Wednesday and every Saturday, or if something exciting happens we try and post that in between. Okay, on to the video proper. 2019, it's the year that Galaxy's Edge opens in both Disneyland Anaheim and Walt Disney World in Florida. Yay! We thought it would be a good idea to do a quick video on 5 things that you might like to know about Galaxy's Edge. Number 1. It's a good size. So when complete, Galaxy's Edge will occupy 14 acres at each park. But what's 14 acres look like? Well, for our American friends, 14 acres is about the size of 12¼ American football fields without the end zones put in. But to give it a more Disney feel, Cars Land in the California Adventure in Anaheim is about 12 acres. And also about 12 acres is in Pandora in Animal Kingdom in Walt Disney World. So it's already a decent size. However, everything we've seen suggests not only are they building wide, they're also building up, and it'll be on multi-levels. So this means that there's going to be a lot of space in a galaxy far, far away in those theme parks. But that does not mean it will be anything other than rammed with tourists when it opens. Number 2, the rides. So when Galaxy's Edge opens, there's going to be 2 main rides available. Now there's some minor spoilers in the thing that I'm going to talk about in a minute, so if you don't want to know anything about the rides going in, now's a good time to pause the video and fast forward it to the time that I'm indicating below. Got it? Ready? If you're still here, they're not major spoilers, but you know, let's move on. So first of all, we have a ride that will make the dreams come true of millions of people around the world. It will be the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. That's right, you will get to pilot the Millennium Falcon. Well, you and 5 other people will get to pilot the Millennium Falcon. The story behind this is Chewbacca and Hondu have allegedly made a deal that means that Hondu's looking for a crew to pilot the slightly repurposed Falcon. It's repurposed to have 6 people in the cockpit instead of 4 now. You apparently will be part of the crew, and within the cockpit there are 200 buttons that do something. Now, what do they do? We don't know, but we know that whatever you push will affect the ride you're having, and it will affect the ride, your experience with Batuu afterwards. Now, when we say 200 buttons do something, rumours are it's 10 buttons that do something major, and the remaining buttons activate an effect or do something quite minor, but it's still quite a cool thing. And when we say you pilot the Falcon, well, actually there's 28 Falcons. Obviously they're not going to have just 6 people running at one time in a theme park of that capacity, so there's going to be 28 of them that you can go through, and we've seen pictures of them building them, which is cool. The ride uses cutting edge technology developed by ILM Experience together with Nvidia and Epic Games. This means that you will be not on a static film, but it will be real-time rendered film. That means how you play the game will affect the experience you see. But we're also assured that how you perform will affect the experience you have elsewhere in Batuu. Now I know I just said that, but this is important when you talk about the immersive stuff coming up later. But again, what does that actually mean? Don't know yet. Secondly, we have Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. This is, on the surface of it, an absolutely amazing dark ride. The idea is that you're actually taken off of Batuu and you're taken up to the First Order and you've been captured. However, you have the ability to escape, but it involves a bit of a ride to get through. During this you'll encounter First Order Stormtroopers, Kylo Ren, I believe, pops up a few times, and like I say, it involves you taking off from Batuu and also coming back down into Batuu. Oh, did I mention there's 2 full-size AT-ATs during this escape as well? Yep, they've been built, and the concept art would suggest that they actually fire at you. So if they've got this right, then this could be a new level for dark rides. It's the trackless technology, which we've seen in Ratatouille and a couple of other rides, but like I say, the immersive experience, and you put it all together, it's in a Star Wars environment. It goes up and down as well over multi-floors. This could be epic. Third thing you need to know, it's all real. So the intention of this land is that you are not visiting a theme park, that you are actually visiting Galaxy's Edge, the planet of Batuu, the Black Spire outpost. What does this actually mean? Well, this means everything you do there won't be based on the fact you're in a theme park. The cast members will be in character, everyone you approach will be in character, all the theming will be in character. There won't be, allegedly, Disneyland written all over things. The merchandise will apparently be unique to that area. So they're really going to try to make it an immersive experience. One of my favourite pages on Facebook is the Galaxy's Edge group. I highly recommend you join that. They actually had, which I thought was the greatest bit of text that try and explain how things would work. So this is what they had to say about cast members.
If you ask someone where the line for the Rise of the Resistance is, they won't know what you're talking about. Cast members are trained to ask guests if they wish to join the First Order and will direct you towards the entrance. Same goes for the Falcon. Cast members will be trained to ask guests if they want to help Hondo.
There was also, I believe, an announcement, or certainly a rumour, that they will have free roaming droids around the park. Again, this is a really interesting concept. There's certainly been experiences in Disney before where they have interactive things wandering around the park, but this allegedly is free roaming. So this leads me to one of the concerns I have about the park, or should I say about the claims of what they're aspiring to do. I think it's a great idea, but let's take the droids for a start. You've got free roaming droids going around the park. Now, they will have to have safety measures in there. They can't just wander around knocking people over. So imagine you see a droid coming towards you and a child comes towards the droid, it gets close. The droid's either going to have to stop or it's going to have to turn and go elsewhere. But the reality is it will probably stop first. The droid stops, the child thinks brilliant, goes and touches and patties the droid. The parents of the child then think what a lovely photo opportunity, so they pose. They get the child to pose with the droid. The droid is static. People see the droid static being posed for photos, so guess what? They all join the line. Therefore, the droid stays static until such time it's either rescued by a cast member or it just stays there. So let's say it's been rescued by a cast member. Off it trundles. Sure enough, sooner or later, a child's going to see it and is going to go and approach it. The droid stops. You can see where I'm going with this. I will be intrigued as to how they try and solve that problem, but there's also another problem. Let's talk about what we said about cast members. Now, we know that cast members are trained very well. They will be putting the customer, the tourists, first. So, imagine you get a group of people who come in, they're not really that au fait with Star Wars, but they want to see what this whole new experience is about. So they say, can you tell me how to get to the Millennium Falcon ride? And the cast member will be trained to say, oh, are you looking for Hondo? And the people look at it and go, no. And they say, oh, maybe you're looking to join the First Order. And they'll say, what? I'm just looking for the rides. There'll come a point where either the customer gets frustrated with the cast member or the cast member has to break from character. Now, I'm probably doing down a bit now because the cast members could be quite good. Well, they are quite good, we know that, sorry. But it will depend on the skills. So this could be quite good for people who are walking around and trained in that experience. But if you're in a retail, if you're in concessions, are you really going to have the skills and the ability to deal with that kind of interaction? Again, I'm interested to see how they play it. I think there's an onus on the people coming in to play along. And if that happens, then this will be all right. Number 4, Ogre's Cantina. Now, you can't go to a galaxy far, far away without going into a dirty, filthy dive of a cantina. And fortunately, Galaxy's Edge will have one in the name of Ogre's Cantina. Now, rather than me tell you about this, let me just explain to you what was written on the Disney Parks blog about this experience.
Scott Trowbridge, Portfolio Creative Executive at Walt Disney Imagineering, had the following to say on the Disney Parks blog. Visitors come to this notorious local watering hole to unwind, conduct shady business, and maybe even encounter a friend or a foe. Run by an intriguing alien proprietor, Ogre Guerra, the cantina adheres to a strict code of conduct that tries to keep its unruly patrons in check. But with a history of being a smuggler's safe haven and a popular stopping point for those seeking to avoid the authorities, you can bet that the cantina has a story or two to tell. Ogre's Cantina is the kind of establishment that attracts some of the most interesting and disreputable characters in the galaxy, and you never know when a stormtrooper or a familiar face will show up. Patrons of the cantina come from across the galaxy to sample the famous concoctions created with exotic ingredients using otherworldly methods, served in unique vessels. With choices for kids and libations for adults, the cantina will make for a great stop. Musical entertainment is provided courtesy of RX-24, the former Starspeeder 3000 pilot droid we first met in Star Tours, who has re-envisaged himself as the cantina's DJ. As quirky and talkative as ever, he's still trying to do his best on the job. So get ready to listen to some unique music, taste the best drinks in the galaxy, and surround yourself with a colourful cast of characters. You never know what will happen at the cantina.
Now, one interesting thing about this is rumours have it that the drinks in the cantina will have alcohol options. So that could be quite interesting. I would suggest that you don't overdo it on the alcohol, because it's one thing to be in character, but it's another thing to get drunk and be in character. I would not want someone's dream experience of going to Galaxy's Edge to be turned into a nightmare by being ejected from Galaxy's Edge. Number 5, the build-up. So since the announcement of Galaxy's Edge, there's been a nice constant stream of information dripped out. But in 2019, this is really going to go into overdrive. But what have we seen so far? Well, I'm going to focus on what's been given to us in the films and the TV and the books to make it a real experience rather than it just being, oh, and here's a theme park. So first of all, Solo. Solo had a mention of Black Spire Outpost as part of the scene where they were trying to work out what was the best way to repay Dryden Voss. I thought it was really nice popping that in. Wasn't made a big deal, but if you knew about it, it was lovely to hear. In Star Tours 2, the adventure continues. If you get the Jakku and Crate film, then at the end of that, your experience ends with you landing on Batuu. Fun enough, in where Galaxy's Edge, looking exactly like the Galaxy's Edge that you're going to be visiting. A lot of people speculated whether this was going to be part of the ride and that's how you got into Batuu, but it doesn't look like that. But a lovely touch to make it part of the future of what's coming. When it comes to books, Batuu has been mentioned in a few canon novels. In Lando's Luck by the amazing Justina Ireland, Batuu is mentioned. Just mentioned. No big deal, just mentioned in there. Fantastic to see. Slightly more than that though, in Thorn Alliances by Timothy Zahn, Batuu was actually part of the plot, I understand. I haven't read it yet myself. But again, great to see it put in there. Makes it part of the real universe, that's what we like to see. There was a recent publication called Pirate's Price, which actually went into some detail about the deal that's been done with Chewie and Hondo, which explains why it's been repurposed and also explains why there's Batuu involved. That's really good. It's kind of like a precursor to the ride. I think that's a great idea. On TV, according to Wikipedia, which is always a great source of information, there was a picture-only reference to Batuu in episode 4 of Star Wars Resistance. The episode is called Fuel for the Fire. Again, a nice little drop in to make it, it's just part of the galaxy far, far away. However, recently announced by Marvel Comics, there's actually going to be a 5-part miniseries comic called Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Here's the publisher's statement.
Pirates, smugglers, merchants and wanderers from across the galaxy have travelled to make their score or sell their wares at the infamous black market located at Black Spire Outpost on Batuu. In April, journey to this locale in the Outer Rim in the new Marvel Star Wars comic series Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which ties into the new lands opening at Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World Resort later this year. Readers of the 5-issue miniseries will be the first to meet the infamous Doc Ondor, the Elithorian collector of rare antiquities, and find out what happens when the First Order reaches the edge of wild space. The key to saving this lawless outpost might just involve a job pulled long ago by none other than Han Solo and his cohort Chewbacca.
So as you can see, Lucasfilm and Disney are going all out to make this the year of Galaxy's Edge opening. I think we've only just seen the beginning of the marketing, to be honest with you, and that's been pretty good, particularly going for this immersive thing. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope they are able to deliver on everything that they're trying to promise. I'll give them a bit of slack because, you know, worst case scenario, we're going to get a state-of-the-art theme park. If they truly make it immersive, then my mind boggles as to how brilliant it'll be. But that's my view. What's your view? Let us know in the comments. Let us know what you're looking for. Just let us know which bits you think I've got wrong, because I get things wrong like everyone. But yeah, feel free to speculate and let's get a discussion going. Right, that's the end of this video. Again, don't forget to subscribe. We're going to try and do a bit more of this if this works. And yeah, see you in the next video.